Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's Chop It Up inspired project, I'm going to create some gift tags for bottles of wine. So this project will yield 3 tags out of 1 sheet of 12 by 12 paper. So let's get to chopping that up. So I'm going to start by selecting one of my patterns. And I think I like this one. I don't even need to go too far. So I'm going to get that pulled out. And I'm going to grab my paper cutter and we're going to cut this up. Starting with my pattern upright in my trimmer, I'm going to line this up and cut at 8 inches. And then at 4 inches. So we'll end up with 3 pieces that measure 4 by 12 inches. I'm going to pull in my scoreboard and pop these pieces into my scoreboard. Across the 4-inch side, I'm going to score at 1/2 inch and 3.5 inches. And then I'm going to rotate the paper and I'm going to score at 3 inches and 8 inches. Okay. So again, that's 1/2 inch, 3.5 inches. Rotate the paper and score at 3 inches and 8 inches. And now we're going to make some cuts into this paper. First, I'm going to crease all of those folds. This will make it easier for us to identify the parts that we need to cut away. So I'll get all of those folds creased nicely. And then while we're looking at our tag, we're going to have the top part of the paper. This is going to be the part where we're going to punch a hole to hang over our wine bottle. And then these side pieces from here all the way down are going to get cut off. And this part here is going to fold up and it's going to create a little pocket. So it'll be a pocket in the back, or you can have it fold up like this and be a pocket in the front, whatever your preference is. So I'm going to go ahead and make some cuts. I'm going to start by cutting this whole section away right until we meet that last score towards the bottom. So I'll follow the score lines and cut that away. And I'll try to get this as straight as possible. If you have a trimmer that has a drop-down blade, like a Cricut trimmer or Spellbinders, even Tim Holtz has one of those now. You'll be able to slide a trimmer blade right across this with ease, and it'll be nice and straight. I think I can handle this, cutting this straight down, following the score marks. But as I said, if you wanted to get straighter or perfect cuts, you can use that type of trimmer. Okay. So I've got a little something that looks like this so far. It kind of looks weird. It'll all come together in just a minute. Okay, so this bottom piece here, I'm going to angle cut these little flaps here. This is just going to help close this pocket up so that nothing kind of gets in the way. So I'm just angle cutting right along those little tiny flaps until it meets the score line. And when we fold it in and fold it up, we'll have a little section across the bottom that we can glue, and a little hidden pocket in the back where our wine tag will hang on here. Or, as I mentioned, you could put it in the front and fold these little flaps in like this. Whatever which way you want your pattern paper to display, but that's the idea. So it's got a spot where it's going to hang, and then it'll have a little pocket here. So let's add some adhesive. I'm going to fold this little strip in, and I'm going to add some adhesive on these 1/2-inch strips here to close up that pocket. So I'm just going to use some dot liner. You can use liquid glue or double-sided tape, whatever you have. I just find this is the quickest. So I'll fold up that pocket. And if you want to make sure that you're using a pattern that doesn't have an orientation, I don't think this is a huge deal. It is the bottom of this canister that it's upside down, but I'm not too worried about it. I think it'll look great. Okay, so now we have our little pocket formed, and we need to cut out a hole out of the top so that this can slip over a bottle of wine. So I have this 1.5-inch circle punch. If you have something bigger, you could use a bigger punch. Whatever you've got, I think this is going to work just fine for my bottle of wine. Now we've got this little section to hang over the neck of our bottle, and we have a cute little pocket back here. So what you can do back here is add in a gift card or something like that. I'm going to punch a little finger notch into this pocket so that you've kind of got somewhere to grab out if you're going to slide a gift card in there or something. So if you have a card, or this is just a scrap I've got, you can slip it right in there. You could add a little pull to it, or even add a little card inside of this little pocket, whatever you want to do. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is just round the corners and clean this up a little bit. I have a corner chomper, and I'm going to round all 4 corners. I think it will just give us a nice finished look. And there we go. So you can really step this up. You can add some ephemera on here. You can make a little card to fit inside of there. Let's see if I've got a piece that will fit. So this is going to have to be probably about 3 inches, I think. And a little less than 3 inches. So like 2 3/4, I think, would be a good size. So let's cut out a small card here. So this is just an A2 size card base, pre-cut and scored. I'm just going to cut this down to 2 3/4. And if you're doing this, you could get 2 cards from one A2 size card base. So this is just going to be a top folding little mini note card, and then it'll slip right into that pocket. And you can write a personal message. You can step this up or stamp on it or use ephemera and put your little gift card inside. Put it in the pocket. Add some pretty ribbons or ephemera. And then there you are. You have a beautiful little wine bottle gift tag. I just noticed the bottom of my card is kind of sticking out there because I think I did too big of a corner round, so it kind of cut off the paper. So if you wanted to make this all match, you could round the corners of this too. And then everything will coordinate together nicely, and you won't have any sharp corners sticking out like I just did. And it'll be perfect. Look at that. This is a quick and simple, cute little idea for a quick little gift. So let me show you another variation of this using one of my other pieces that I've cut. So I have the other piece that measures 4 by 12. I haven't cut or scored this one yet. I'm going to create another variation of a wine bottle tag for this pocket. I'm going to pull in my scoreboard, and I'm going to score across the top. I'm going to score at, let's say, 2.5 inches. Okay, so 2.5 inches. And then down at the bottom, I'm going to score at 9 inches. Okay, and then that's all I'm going to do for this one, for the scoring. I'm not going to cut anything out, so this one will be a little bit different than the first one. So I'm going to fold my score marks, crease those down. Okay. And I'm going to apply some adhesive down the sides here. I'm going to use liquid glue for this one just because I find that tape runner or double-sided tape doesn't always dry. So it stays sticky and tacky, where liquid glue is going to dry completely. So in this scenario, we don't have those little half-inch score marks on the side like we did for the other pocket that folded around. In this scenario, this is going to be glued right to the cardstock. And so if we want to slip anything in there, we don't have to worry about the risk of catching if we use liquid glue. So I'm going to press all that in. Okay, so now we've got our little tag pocket in the back here. Or this could be the front. Actually, let's make this one the front. So now here, this part's going to be our front. And even though this pattern was supposed to be this way, it's the bottom of this page, when we flip it around, it looks fine. It doesn't look like it's upside down. So that's kind of cool. I like that. I'm going to keep that like as the front and then this part to be the back. And now I'm going to work on my bottle topper here. So I'm going to grab my corner rounder and I'm going to round these corners. And I'm going to take my circle punch and punch that right in the center. Just eyeballing here. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'll punch that out. And now we have, I'm going to save this. I might want to use this somewhere. So now we have our tag with our bottle topper and our little pocket in the front. So I have the remaining piece of that card that we cut. This will fit here. That'll work out nicely. I could glue this to the top of this tag. Could be something that we pull out. I just called it a tag. What a great idea. Let's try that. I have a tag topper punch here. I'm going to slip my cardstock into that tag topper. And now we have a little tag. So that's cute. So I kind of like that there. I think I'll do it like that. And I'll glue this onto my little tag card. And just make sure it's nice and straight. There we go. And then, like I mentioned, you could add ephemera or write a message or kind of step this up however you want. I have some scraps left over here that I could use to decorate the front of this card. And there's a multitude of ways that you can step this up. Let me see if I can use some of these scraps up. So I'm just going to kind of glue them on to the front of this little tiny card on a diagonal. All right, so I'm not going to do anything else to this. I can write a personal message on the inside, and now we've got like a little pull to pull this out of our pocket. So that's kind of fun. And then once again, we can add in a gift card. This is not a gift card, it's just a scrap that I have, but you get the idea. We can slip that in and behind our little tag and then hang this on the top of our bottle. And as I mentioned, you can step these up, make them extra pretty, add ribbon, add ephemera, really embellish them to bring them to the next level. I'm just giving you the ideas. You can take this as far as you want. So here's an example. This is just a piece of lavender, and I think this kind of really matches this whole project nicely. You could add, you know, some little faux flowers in here. I don't know, maybe this isn't your thing. Maybe this is too much for you. I mean, I kind of like it. I think it looks cool. And you can hang that right on top of your bottle of wine. How cool is that? That's actually kind of cute. I like that. So this is the third piece of paper I have. Let's see if we can come up with one more idea for our wine tag. Okay, so we're going to score at 2 inches, 4.5 inches, and 7 inches. So what I'm trying to do here is preserve this sort of image. So I'll get rid of my scoreboard, score the first section, and then I'm going to fold the other score up this way. And then I'm going to fold the score back down this way. Okay, so you have something that sort of looks like this right now. So I want to close this top piece up and seal down one side, and I'm going to leave sort of a little opening where I can slip a gift card in, just kind of creating something fun. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open this back up, and I want to create a finger notch to be able to identify this as a pocket. And I don't want to put my finger notch into these flowers. I want to keep it on this side. So I'm just going to hold that little flap like this, grab my circle punch, and punch out a little finger notch. Okay, that's a big finger notch, but that's fine. All right, so then I'm going to open this back up, and I'm going to just fold that top piece away. You see these two sections here? I'm going to apply adhesive here and here to close this little piece up. Okay, so just across the top and the one side, and close that up, and I'll just press in that adhesive, making sure that little pocket is closed up good. Okay, and now I'm going to put my little wine topper hole up here. Eyeball it, make sure it's in the middle, and punch. Okay, I'm going to round my corners up here. I'm going to do the smaller round to this one. This is, I think it's a 1/4 inch. Yeah, 1/4 inch round on the top of this. Okay, and then on the bottom, I'm going to do a 1/2 inch round, just to give it a little bit of interest. Okay, so at this point, we have this little topper, and then we have this little secret swinging pocket back there. So the idea here is to add your gift card in. You can write a personal message on the back. You can embellish this. You can put whatever you want on the front, as we discussed earlier. You can glue those on. You can do it. I think this is a bit much. There's no pocket to sort of slip those in. But you have this little cute gift card pocket back here. Let's see if our faux gift card can fit in there. So we have this. It's not a gift card, but we're going to pretend that it is. It's a bit bigger than a gift card. So this is too big. I have this old credit card. I don't even know where this came from, but this should fit in here perfectly, as long as I didn't apply too much adhesive. And that's a standard gift size card, same as like a credit card. So I'm just going to make sure that that fits, work it in, and it looks good. So that card is in there now, and now we have a little hidden sort of hanging gift card. And then we'll hang it over our bottle of wine, and it will just be floating back there. So that's kind of cool. I like that. All right. So those are the 3 designs that we have for wine bottle gift tags. So we have our first one with the little pocket in the back with a small card. So number 1. Number 2, we have the bigger one with the bigger pocket and a card and a little holder, and that's cute. I like that. And then finally, we have the third one, which has our little hidden pocket. So I really had fun making this. As I mentioned, you can really elevate these. You can add so many different bits and bobs and stamping and messages and ephemera and ribbon and gems, and just really bring this as extravagant as you want it. I just wanted to give you the basic design and ideas, and I'd love to see what you come up with. If you do end up making this project, I'd love for you to tag my social media at jennycarddesigns and let me know what you've made or what your projects look like and how far you decided to embellish them and take them to the next step. Or if you're like me and like things clean and simple. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really enjoyed chopping up my paper. I hope that this inspires you to get into your crafty space and start chopping up some of your beautiful pattern papers. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the content and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so that you can be sure to get notified when I upload new content so you don't miss any cool projects like today's video. Coming up on screen is a huge playlist of over 100 Chop It Up videos to inspire you to get crafty in your space. Have yourself a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!